The clock was ticking, and every second felt like a lifetime. Parents had gathered outside, their eyes swollen from tears, their voices hoarse from calling a name that never answered back. The community was shaken. A 5-year-old boy, Daniel, had vanished without a trace. At the center of the chaos stood Officer Rachel Hayes, clutching the leash of her 9-partner Max. The German Shepherd's ears were sharp, his body tense, as if he knew the urgency of the moment. For hours, police had searched the neighborhood, every yard, every abandoned shed, but Daniel was still nowhere to be found. And then, as the sun dipped low and hope began to falter, Max froze. His body stiffened, nose twitching, as he pulled hard toward the very house that had already been searched twice, the home of a neighbor everyone trusted. Rachel's heart pounded as she followed Max through the doorway. The house was quiet, too quiet. The officers had combed through earlier, finding nothing unusual. But Max wasn't wrong. He sniffed furiously, leading Rachel straight to the living room. There, he stopped at the couch. His low growl shattered the silence. Rachel's breath caught. Is he in there?" she whispered, though she wasn't sure she wanted the answer. Max barked, pawing frantically at the old sofa cushions. The sound was desperate, insistent, a call no one could ignore. With trembling hands, officers ripped back the cushions, and what they found made the room erupt in gasps. Daniel was there, curled tightly inside the hollowed-out base of the sofa, his little face pale, his eyes wide with fear. Rachel dropped to her knees, her voice breaking. "It's okay, sweetheart. You're safe now. We've got you." Daniel's small hands reached out, clutching Max's fur. The dog licked his cheek, tail wagging as if he'd just rescued his own family. The struggle before the rescue for Daniel's parents, the last 24 hours, had been unbearable. His mother, Sarah, hadn't eaten or slept, replaying the moment she realized her son was gone. His father, Michael, blamed himself for not locking the gate sooner. Neighbors had formed search parties, walking miles through fields, shouting his name until their voices cracked. But behind the walls of that house, Daniel had been trapped, scared, alone, and silent. The person responsible, a trusted neighbor battling hidden demons, had thought hiding him away would go unnoticed. It was a nightmare no parent ever imagines, and no community wants to believe. Challenges they faced the search wasn't simple. Rain had muddied the ground, washing away footprints. False leads had drained their energy. Rumors spread, pulling hope in dangerous directions. And with every hour, the fear grew that they might not find Daniel alive. But Rachel refused to give up. She trusted Max with her life. She'd seen him save people before, but never had the stakes felt so personal. The greatest challenge wasn't just the physical search. It was fighting back despair, clinging to hope when the clock seemed determined to erase it. Resolution and healing. As Daniel was lifted from the sofa, sobs filled the room. Sobs of relief, disbelief, and overwhelming gratitude. His parents rushed in, collapsing into tears as they wrapped their arms around their son. The reunion was raw, messy, and beautiful. Later, doctors confirmed Daniel would be okay. A little dehydrated, shaken, but alive. Against all odds, he had been found just in time. The neighbor responsible was taken into custody, and the community, though shaken, rallied around Daniel's family. Strangers left flowers and cards on their porch. Volunteers cooked meals. The once quiet neighborhood became a place of unity, bound by the miracle of one boy's survival. And at the heart of it all stood Max, the 9 whose bark had pierced the darkness, whose loyalty had saved a life. Inspiring message, the story spread far beyond the small town, reminding the world that sometimes heroes don't wear capes. They walk on 4 paws. Max's courage proved that hope should never be abandoned, even when the night feels endless. For Sarah and Michael, every bedtime hug now held deeper meaning. For Rachel, the bond with her 9 partner grew unshakable. And for Daniel, who clung to Max like his guardian angel, the world would never again feel quite as frightening, because he knew that even in the darkest hiding place, someone would come looking for him.